Hey guys, it's me, Miss Norris, and today I'd like to share a fun read aloud with you of the story Skippyjon Jones Lost in Spice. The story Skippyjon Jones Lost in Spice was written in 2009 by Judy Schachner, and it tells the story of a little kitty who thinks he might be a chihuahua. If you're ready to hear the story, I'm ready to share it with you. Here we go. Skippyjon Jones Lost in Spice. So you can see he has a picture that says Martian, a baby Martian, and my model of Mars. Skippyjon Jones was nuts about Mars. So he has all these projects already, and he continues to make more. Because it was the red planet. I love red, that's what I said, and I musty put some rusty in my big boy bed. So off he went to the kitchen where Mama and the girls were starting supper. So he wants to put some rusty colors in his big boy bed. And he's going to see if Mama and his sisters will help. "We're making tuna poodle casserole," crooned his sister Jilly Boo Jones. "Tuna noodle casserole," corrected Mama. "A poodle is a dog, and we don't eat dogs." Skippyjon thinks he's a dog," said Jezebel. "Yeah," agreed Jujubee. "He thinks he's a chihuahua." "Because his ears are too big for his head," added Jezebel. "That's enough," scolded Mama. "Pinkie Pie's ears are just fine." But Pinkie Pie was oblivious to their chatter. So all of his sisters are kind of making fun of him because Skippyjon Jones wants to be a dog and all of his family are cats. "May I please borrow your bottles of red spice, Mama?" he asked politely. "Yes, you may," replied Mama, pleased with her boy's manners. "But you better not be thinking of doing any sprinkling." "Nuh-uh," said Skippy, blinking. "Or tasting, pasting, or wasting. If you know what is good for you," she added. Well, so Mama knows Skippyjon Jones might do something naughty with all of this red spices, but she says, go ahead. Well, Skippyjon Jones always knew what was good for him. He's doing exactly what Mama said do not do. And he's wasting all that red spice in his big boy bed. And what did he think was good for him? Bouncing and pouncing and rocketing in the rusty red dust. "Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones and I'm in a big race to be the first dog to bounce into space." Then a bit of the spice tickled his nose and ah, akachooey! The kitty boy sneezed. So he's trying to be the first dog into outer space to Mars. And then the spices tickle his nose and he sneezes. "Holy hot tamales!" exclaimed Skippyjon Jones as he shot past his reflection. "What's up with that doggy in the mirror?" So you could see that when he goes past his mirror, it's a dog in that reflection. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, "You are not Siamese. I'm sorry, you are not a Siamese cat, dude. You are a wicked red chihuahua." So Skippyjon Jones has an excellent imagination, and he imagines seeing himself as a dog and that he is a red chihuahua. And quicker than you can say jumping jacks on Jupiter, the kitty boy found his mask and cape, a mirror, a marble, and his sock monkey. He stuffed these and a few other things into his spacesuit while he sang in a muy, muy soft voice. This time I'm going to point to you, and when I do, you're going to clap twice like this. I might snap so that you know where it goes. My name is Skippyjon Fresquito, clap, clap. And I think there are Martian perritos, clap, clap. Some say the green creatures share all my features. I hope it's not just fabolitos, clap, clap. So he's singing a song about how he's heard that there are dogs that are from Mars, and that he hopes that they're not just making it up, that he hopes that they're real, because he heard that they look like him. Back in the kitchen, the girls were being a big help to Mama Junebug Jones. I love noodles, declared Jillyboo. Noodles are silly, said Jezebel. That's because they're nude, said Jujubee. They're not nude, said Jillyboo, giggling. They're naked! And she tossed one up to the ceiling, where it stuck. So Skippyjon's sisters are all being real silly about their noodles. And one of them threw a noodle on the ceiling. Don't try that at home. But Skippyjon Jones wasn't stuck at all. He was suited up and ready for liftoff. The astronautito took one small step into his closet for chihuahuas and one giant leap into the universe for los Chimichangos. He was well on into his orbit when a comet covered in crazies cruised by. Who goes there? Martian, came the answer. Martian who? Martian to your closet and get some frijoles, dude, said the voice. Poquito Tito? Exclaimed Skippyjon. Is that you, amigo? So he saw a comet going by and said, who goes there? And he says, Martian to your closet and get us some frijoles, which are beans. And then Skippyjon realizes that it's one of his buddies. Poquito Tito. See, it is all of us, los Chimichangos, said Poquito Tito, the smallest of the small ones. We are going to build a chili polvo pipeline from Mars to Earth, Papito. Not the chili powder pipeline, declared Skippyjon. Exactamente, howled the doggies. ¿Por qué? asked Skippyjon. That means why. Because, amigo, began Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. The chili powder on Mars is muy caliente, and it will keep us very warm in el invierno. Then, vroom, off they zoomed. So they're saying that they're going to build a pipeline from Mars to Earth because the spices on Mars are extra, extra spicy. And they're going to zoom off. The Cuckoo Comet and the Kitty Boy made it to Mars with a soft landing. Ooh, sighed Don Diego. That felt marvelous. Then he turned to glance at Skippyjon. No offense, Poco Coco, but why the suit de la nieve? Asked Don Diego. It's not a snowsuit, declared Skippyjon. It's a space suit. So Don Diego asked him why he was wearing a suit de la nieve, which means a snowsuit. Nieve is snow. Dude, you don't need a space suit. Up here, said Poquito Tito. You need a spice suit. Mars is covered in the chili powder, Chico. This made the perros go loco in the rojo, singing. Remember to clap again when I give you one of these. Chili-roo, chili-ree, chillerito. Psh, psh. It's a wag of the tail for Skippyjo. For there's nothing as nice as a roll in hot spice in the light of the Martian moonitos. Clap, clap. So he's saying, you don't need a spacesuit, you need a spice suit. And you should really roll in this red spice and feel how beautiful it is under the moons of Mars. But a roll in the rojo should have been a no-no, because quicker than you can say monkeys making meatballs, Skippyjo rolled and rolled and rolled in the opposite direction from his pipeline puchitos. So everyone went one way, and Skippyjon Jones went the other way. Whew! Said Skippyjo, panting. You boys are right. The spicito is hot. The astronautito was so calor under the collar that he just had to take off his spacesuit. So calor means hot. Muchachos! He called out. There was no answer. Uh-oh, Skippyjo said to himself. I'm lost in spice. But the astronautito did not panic. He grabbed his binoculars and climbed up onto a roca. And that's when he saw it. Holy green gorillas, gulped Skippyjo. It's a Martianito. The puchito pounced just as a whisker away from the unearthly creature. Dude, your ears are too big for your head. Your ears are too big for your head. Your head is too big for your body. Your head is too big for your body. You are not a Martian. You are not a Martian. No, I know I'm not a Martian, dude, said Skippyjo. I'm a Chihuahua. Just like you. So he thought he found a Martian, but now he says, but you're not a Martian, you're a Chihuahua, just like me, except for you're green. To prove his point, Skippyjo ran back to his spacesuit and pulled out the little rojo mirror he had packed. Look, said Skippyjo, holding it up so both their faces showed. We are twins! So he had his little mirror in his spacesuit, and he's showing the Martian that they're twins. The Martian was so mesmerized that he could not take his uno ojo off himself. Skippyjo was so excited that he could not stop hopping and flapping his arms. Then, all of a sudden, he remembered he was lost. Hey, come on, uno ojo. Uno ojo means one eye. Called the kitty boy. We've got to find mis amigos. But uno ojo said nada. That means he didn't say anything. He simply sat and stared at his image in the mirror. Okie dokito, said Skippyjo. I'll go, but you have to keep an eye on my stuff, especially my sock monkey. Then he took off faster than a tiddlywink in a tornado. So uno ojo only wants to look at one thing with his one eye. And Skippyjo says, well then, at least watch my stuff, dude. He didn't have to go far. In less time than it takes to tickle a termite, Skippyjon found his cucurritos cooped up inside a crater. "Dudes!" shouted Skippyjon. "Dude," whispered Don Diego, "you are just in tiempo." "In time for what?" Skippyjon asked. "Hombres de la Marte," said Poquito Tito with a shiverito. "Not the men from Mars," declared Skippyjon. So all of Los Chimichangos are in a crater and they're hiding because the men from Mars are coming. The mere mention of Martians made the muchachos go mad. "Knock, knock! Who goes there? Verde Martians everywhere, slurping sloppy ice green cones, speeding in the spicy zones. Mossy Martians on the move. What do they think they have to prove? What, we did not come here for a fight. We want to build, we will not bite." Then Skippyjon felt the fur stand up on end on the back of his neck. So they're singing about these Martians that are coming, and they're saying, "We don't want to fight. We just want to hang out." Nope. Because the Critter's crater was about to have 5 crazy creatures for company. "Holy hoopleheads!" hollered Skippyjon. "Here they come!" Before Skippyjon could think of what to do, the Verde visitors piled out of their space buggy, bearing all of Skippyjon's stuff. 2 were green and mossy, while the 3rd was green and bossy. The 4th was green and funky, and the 5th was green and monkey! Yelled Skippyjon. "That's my sock monkey!" "Ditto," declared Skippyjon's one-eyed Martian twin, emerging from the green group before him. Without saying another palabra, Skippyjon picked up his monkey's paw and pulled. First, Skippyjon yanked it this way. Then Uno Ojo yanked it that way. So they're in a tug of war. Oh. "The tug o monquito," cheered the Chimichangos. On the count of 3, the papitos plan to pull también. That means also. But as the doggies shouted, "Uno!" the Martians hollered, "Ojo!" And uh-oh, Uno Ojo let a go-go, sending the kitty boy flying. So they were all going to pull really hard, but when the Martians called Uno Ojo, he let go, and everyone went flying. Skippyjon and his sock monkey hurtled headfirst back to earth and out through his closet door. "Kaboom!" he hollered, breaking the sound barrier, and maybe his head. So you can see everyone flew out of the closet. "Skippyjon Jones!" exclaimed Mama, rushing into his room. "What on earth are you doing?" The kitty boy stood up and shook off a cloud of red spice. "I didn't do anything on Earth, Mama," replied Skippyjon. "I did everything on Mars." "Oh, that's terrific, Major Tom," said Mama. Then she straightened the kitty boy's ears. "You must be starving." So he says, "I didn't do anything here on Earth, but I did a whole bunch of stuff on Mars." Later that night, the kitty boy looked up at the starry sky. "Mars," he muttered, beginning to bounce. Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones and I like my red jammies, 'cause they're made from the wool of green Martian lammies. Stop bouncing, Pinkie Pie, scolded Mama. I'm not pink, I'm red, said Skippy. It's over, Red Rover, said Mama. Just go to sleep. And that's exactly what he did. The end. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the story of Skippyjon Jones Lost in Spice, please hit that thumbs up button at the bottom of the page. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your support. It really does mean a lot to me. If you're not a subscriber yet, please click that subscribe button down at the bottom of the page, and don't forget to click the bell so that you're notified when there's new content. I hope to see you all again real soon. Bye-bye.